And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come out of the gates strong. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan. I'll be joined by Greg Anthony, Tim Lakeland, and we'll be hearing from our reporter, Allie LaForce, in the sidelines as well. Looking now at some numbers for him.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Holmgren plays at the 4 with Hartenstein at the center spot. Easton Wallace is out there with Mitchell. And it's Caruso in at the 3 slot. And for the Rockets, we'll see Durant and Smith playing up at forward. Thompson is out there with Cooper. And it's Queen in at the 5. Greg, in the middle of a season like this, what possible road bumps could teams run into?
Well, I think it's important that players not fall into that trap of looking too far ahead, right? This is when it's important for a team to stay focused and be in the moment. These are the dog days of the season.
The shot by Thompson, no good. And here's Wallace. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
Well, that's a great point, and you can also add poor communication. The rotations were slow and sometimes not even there at all.
And so it's the Thunder getting on the board first. Queen can't get it to go. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Ime Udoka. Coach thinks that they can push Chet Holmgren out of the comfort zones, and he's okay with making him a jump shooter. He said on the perimeter, he may as well be any shooter. We can guard that. Once he's on the inside, though, the advantage is his. So we have to prevent that as much as we can. Back over to you.
Great work as always, Allie. Thank you. He gets it in there.
And this is why you let Smith work inside. He's adept at knowing how to finish in traffic.
Mitchell passes to Hartenstein. Caruso looking for an opening. Mitchell up top. He's covered by Thompson. The shot by Mitchell, no good. For Houston, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Cooper kicks to Smith. Pass to Cooper from deep. It's good. The assist that time from Smith.
Oh, how about the vision from Smith? You have to know not just where, but when to deliver the ball.
Now here's Holmgren. Inside. And that one's good. Mitchell.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Well, with that kind of success, I imagine they'll continue to be aggressive inside.
And with the depth of this Oklahoma City Thunder team, Tim, who's an impact player on this roster that might fly a little bit under the radar?
Yeah, Kevin, I think it's Aaron Wiggins. I look at a guy that in any other situation, you might be able to average 15 to 18 points a game, but in Oklahoma City, he has sacrificed shots and minutes to be part of a winning team, and he competes every night.
He does indeed. Rockets leading by 3. Pass to Queen. Houston moving it around. Cooper, and again it's the Rockets from deep.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
And we knew coming into this game, we expected him to be very involved early.
And so Mark Daigneault calls a timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. And here in January, a few teams starting to solidify their spots in the power rankings. Others, not so much. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. They're stuck in the same spot, still outside the top 3.
And checking out these Rockets, they've dropped a notch, but they still feel like they're the best team in this league. I imagine they'll use that as motivation.
Rockets on offense. Big run right now going for them, 11-2. Pass to Thompson. And the foul called on Cason Wallace. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And so here is Houston. KD passes to Smith, and then Smith with the dunk.
And Smith is just so impressive, especially when he's working in that screen and roll.
Wallace with the screen on Thompson. Holmgren outside. They get it back. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
And he showed you great timing as well. Offensive rebounding, one of his specialties.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Mitchell outside. For three, Holmgren. The rebound by Cooper.
He is just struggling right now to find his way and trying to regain his confidence.
Smith the pass to Cooper. There's the triple. That's his fourth basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots to a good start.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, it's just an outstanding effort thus far. They've done a great job at both ends.
Now, here's Mitchell. Last game, 26 points, just 5 to shoot. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Here's Hartenstein. It's hauled in by Queen.
Well, he got the shot he loves, and the defense should honestly be relieved. He didn't punish them for being a little bit soft there in the mid-range.
Here's Thompson. Still scoreless. KD with the bucket.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
Yeah, when you string triples together, it adds up quickly.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Wallace. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Rockets leading by 14. Smith on the wing. Here's Cooper. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got 3 assists in the game.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
And so Mark Daigneault calls a timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. A new lineup here for Houston. Dort, he's checked in for the Thunder. Isaiah Joe comes in for Mitchell. Thunder trailing by 17. Joe with it. Coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. Hartenstein with the screen for Dort. Looking to end the run. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
The mid-range jumper from Dort, giving the defense a little wrinkle.
And for all the talk, Jim, about Lou Dort's defense, how about his growth as a shooter?
Well, I think he understood to get more minutes, he had to be more consistent as a shooter. The defense has always been there, but the steady improvement has come with his three-point shooting, which makes him now an elite 3-and-D wing.
Dort against Murray. Van Vliet outside. Adams sets the pick for Van Vliet. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Rockets. With a 9-point lead. Pass to Adams. Trying to get open is Murray. No good with the layup. Here's Oklahoma City. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Dort passes to Caruso. Holmgren outside. Pocket 6. Oklahoma City moving it around. Here's Dort. Wow, what a play! Unbelievable!
How's that for a show? Dort looking like he wants to be in the dunk contest with slams like that.
Oh, that's an outstanding view from the AT&T Connected Cam. Now here's Murray. 9-point game his last outing. And Adams with the slam.
And dropping the sledgehammer there. He curbs a 10-0 run by the Thunder.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Houston making some changes. Green comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith, and Durant subbed in for Murray. Then for the Thunder, Jalen Williams is checked in for Hartenstein. Kenrich Williams comes in for Chet Holmgren, and Wiggins is subbed in for Alex Caruso. Now here's Wiggins. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. This is his first trip to the line tonight. Free throw good. Wiggins. Tate, he's checked in for Green. Chang, he's checked in for the Thunder. And both free throws good for Wiggins. Houston leading by 8. 23 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Van Vliet outside. Another miss by Houston. Joe in the corner. That 3 off the mark. Here's Tate, and Tate throws it down.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And from the opening tip, they've been locked in. Just look at the score. That tells you all you need to know.
And so it's Houston with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. From beyond the arc, they've been absolutely tremendous. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Rockets.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
Another highlight for them has been their early ball movement, making quick, decisive passes to set up guys for great looks.
Rockets leading by 10. Taking a look at the Thunder, we've got Jalen Williams. Williams is out there with Wiggins. Then there's Isaiah Joe. And it's Dort in at the shooting guard.
And with the right partner, Durant is an unstoppable force in that pick and roll. It's a very high percentage play when he's running.
And it's good for 2.
Every coach in this league loves assisted baskets. It indicates your offense is flowing the way it's supposed to.
Durant on the table, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Durant's got 7 points.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now, here's Dort. Williams with a clean look. No good from outside.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
KD with it. Williams picks him up. Williams with the steal. To the paint. Williams looking over the floor. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Capella with a screen on Williams. Durant gets it done inside.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to Dort. Back to Joe. Wiggins passes to Joe. Shot clock at 5. Williams kicks to Dort. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. And it's Van Vliet with the ball for Houston. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Yeah, a snowball effect in that one. One thing would go wrong, and then another. Really the story of the game.
Well, let's give their opponent some credit for sensing that and putting him away. They were completely dominated.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Kevin. The Thunder are trying to be efficient scoring. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander said, quote, ultimately, it just comes down to taking what the defense gives you and trusting your teammates. You need them to win at a high level. That's clear as day, and I want to win at a high level, so I have no option. Kevin?
Sharing the ball. Allie, as always, we appreciate your reporting. 6 to shoot. And the foul on Tari Eason. That is his first foul of the game.
You can't get careless now, or this lead could disappear.
Steven Adams, he's checked in for Houston. The Thunder also changing it up. Chet Holmgren, he's checked in for Williams. Cason Wallace comes in for Aaron Wiggins. And it's Mitchell in for Isaiah Joe.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Here's KD, following the score by Oklahoma City. Durant uses his size and close.
Anytime KD gets that look, it's a great possession for this team.
Outside, Dort. Back to Mitchell. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Pass to Wallace. The 3. Denied for the 3rd time. He's 0 for 3. Rockets leading by 14. Now Easton. Just his first attempt. And falls. Great assist by Van Vliet. I'm told now by our producer, do we have him, guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charania. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Well, fans becoming very familiar with the term second apron over the last few seasons. Front offices admit the devil is in the details. While it's not exactly a hard cap, teams are showing little willingness to endure the penalties that come with persisting above that second apron threshold.
That is so true. Shams, thank you very much for the report. A nice shot by KD. KD's got 10 points in the quarter.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Wallace goes in. Use that pick to get in close.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Houston with a big group substitution here. Queens checked in. Jabari Smith comes in for Tari Eason. Cooper, he's checked in for Murray. And Amen Thompson subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. Hartenstein's checked in for the Thunder. Alex Caruso comes in for Dort.
And just using that length to his full advantage. Durant draws the foul, and we know what usually happens when he steps to the line.
And KD drops them both. Thunder trailing by 17. And so Mark Daigneault calls a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Moment now to check out who's leading in the All-Star voting.
And a lot of fans and players interested to see how this thing all turns out.
And you look at Mr. Clutch. He has a huge vote total right now. Number 3, in fact, among Western Conference players.
And looking more and more like he'll be a starter. And that's really a tribute to the work he's put in this season. He's earned each and every one of those votes.
And it seems like the anticipation just continues to build each year around this time of the season. Going to be a fantastic weekend. Here's Thompson. The 9-footer's on the mark. And the Rockets lead by 19.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Pope loose. It's stolen by Smith. Thompson against Wallace. Thompson outside. Right wing. Caruso with the steal. Holmgren outside. Pass to Wallace. Now Mitchell. He's been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game. And, Tim, you look at some of the advanced metrics. Alex Caruso is one of the best defenders in the modern era.
Yeah, Kevin, that impact is rare for a guy who is 6'5", but he grew up on the court in College Station, Texas. Basketball is in his veins.
Tari Eason's checked in for Durant.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now, here's Mitchell. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. You know, Tim, you hear some players now feeling they're being unfairly criticized. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I do believe it can get personal at times, but listen, if you are in this league, I think it helps to have thick skin because you are going to be criticized from time to time.
But players do pay attention, don't they? They know what's being said and written.
They pay a lot more attention than they let on, Kevin, believe me. And if they're not listening, somebody in their inner circle is, I promise you that.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Following the score by Houston. Here's Wallace. Hits the three-point bomb. Wallace has got 6 in the quarter.
And after not scoring in the first, he's finally starting to get into a groove.
Screen by Smith. Thompson with it. He's picked up by Holmgren. And it's Smith finishing it off.
And guys, we're going to see a lot of that from this young man. Smith right now beasting.
Pass to Caruso. Caruso sets the screen for Wallace. Launches it. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off. So why not?
They set the pick. Thompson for 3. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound. And so Caruso will bring up the ball for the Thunder. They trail by 18. They get to take on the Heat at Miami after this one. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road. And he gets it to go.
And looking to get stronger, Holmgren fights through the bump. Tons of time for him to grow into that frame.
Mitchell against Thompson. Pass to Cooper. Over Wallace. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. 35 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Caruso. No good on the triple.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Cooper kicks to Thompson. Here's Queen. To the middle. Shot clock at 6. And Smith with the stuff.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. And Mitchell launches it from deep. And so a pretty lopsided game to the first half. The Rockets on top. They lead by 18. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us. It would be an understatement to say it's been a great half for the Houston Rockets.
I obviously love watching them. Everyone enjoys good offense, right?
Yeah, played the right way. I can't think of a more beautiful game in all of sports. All right, next, let's look at some of the possible entrants into this year's dunk contest.
This dunk contest is going to be legit. We've got some athletes, boy.
You're right, man. Some serious high risers in this field. I cannot wait to see what they come up with.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
There wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. What can you say, Mr. Clutch? An impressive effort here today.
Yeah, and the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
Well, he's found his rhythm out there for sure. Now let's see how the defense... What a
Rocketing off the deck. Thompson showing that youthful exuberance.
And that great replay brought to us by the AT&T Connected Cam. Mitchell passes to Holmgren. Caruso kicks to Wallace. Holmgren with a screen on Cooper. And the dunk by Holmgren.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
KD against Holmgren. Here's Smith. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And something that's already interesting about Jabari Smith is his versatility, scoring from beyond the arc or at the mid-range. He can get points a number of ways.
Smith hits them both. Thunder trailing by 20. Now here's Wallace. And the slam dunk by Wallace.
Oh, look at the handles. Gets through the D and then powers it home.
Such a pretty move inside. Clark, how do you stop that? Smith with a screen on Wallace. It's taken away by Wallace. And here we go. Fast break. Wallace has got it. A wide open look here for Caruso. It's good from long range. Caruso's got 9 points.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Houston moving the ball around. KD passes to Queen. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Hartenstein's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Pass to Mitchell. Hartenstein with the screen for Wallace. Out to the wing. Just 5 on the clock. The offensive rebound. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
Well, Hartenstein is a phenomenal offensive rebounder. He is a big guy who knows how to use a 7-foot frame to track down rebounds.
Here's Queen. And again, unable to change momentum here. Thunder trailing by 13. Here's Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
In this league, you run whenever you can. It's so much easier to score in transition.
Sinks the triple.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
When someone is rolling like this, just keep feeding him. That's just great coaching.
And so Mark Daigneault calls a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. About halfway through the season and a chance here to recap for all the teams in the West sit in the standings. You look at the Rockets, and not a surprise really to see them sitting there in that #1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And checking out Oklahoma City, I did second place.
And, you know, for the Thunder, they had pressure on them coming into the season. A lot of people were picking them to have a special year. And they haven't shied away from that pressure. They've embraced it.
Well, on paper, they certainly look dominant coming in, and that's exactly what we've seen on the floor. No one is going to want to face this team in the postseason.
They set the screen. Smith the pass to Queen. Here's Cooper. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got his 8th rebound here tonight. And Greg, on a team as stacked as OKC, you can almost forget about Chet Holmgren, who is the #2 overall pick back in 2022.
And let's give him his flowers, right? The portrait of a modern big man. Shot blocking, shooting range, and plays with an edge.
That bucket in no time at all. 23 points for Mr. Clutch.
Well, he hit 4 threes in the first, and now he's drained 2 more here in the second quarter. Absolutely on fire from deep.
Pass to Holmgren. Here's the 3. It's hauled in by Queen. Queen's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Kevin. Chet Holmgren talked about how he succeeds in spite of his slender frame. He said, "You can't be afraid of contact. I'll continue to use my strengths out there, my length, being slippery, playing hard, and try to get better at my weaknesses too throughout my career. That will leave me in a good spot. Back over to you guys.
The sky's the limit for him. Okay, thank you, Allie.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Well, my feeling is you just want to make sure it's called consistently both ways.
Got that one up quick. Cooper's got 9 points now in the quarter.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And the call will be against Jabari Smith. That is his first foul of the game. Kenrich Williams, he's checked in for Holmgren. To the inside, Caruso. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Caruso's got 11 points. They set the pick. Rebound by Williams.
The defense doing just enough there to affect that shot.
Smith against Caruso. Trying to get open is Hartenstein. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And it's Smith missing. Thunder trailing by 18. Wallace looking for an opening. And here is Mitchell. He has 6. Off target with his 3.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Well, he has dictated the tempo this entire quarter, getting basically whatever he wants offensively.
Outside Williams. This one for 3. That's good from Wallace on the assist by Williams. Wallace has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, the defense needs to be better there. They gave way too much space.
And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Both teams deciding to change it up. Van Vliet passes to Adams. Houston moving it around. Here's Cooper. Connects from three-point range. Cooper's got 14 points now in the second half.
And the D has gotten a little bit lax here defending the triple.
Well, at 7 feet tall, you don't need much verticality if you're Isaiah Hartenstein. That must be nice.
Screen by Adams. Here's Van Vliet. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. So you can talk about the physical challenges, Tim, of today's game. One thing the players have a little easier, certainly, is the way they travel from game to game.
Well, there is no question about that. I didn't even get on a charter till the middle of my NBA career.
Oh, my goodness.
In the mid-90s. We were still flying commercial till that point, but there's no doubt travel is better for players. I think also some of the things they've added for guys like massage therapists and acupuncturists and even personal chefs, all of that makes it a little bit easier for today's NBA player.
Now if we could do it for the broadcasters, that would really be a win.
Sign me up, Kevin. I'll be right there reclining fully right next to you.
Wiggins is checked in for the Thunder. Isaiah Joe comes in for Mitchell.
Who needs the NBA draft? I mean, Dort works his way onto the team, into the rotation, and then turns into a key contributor.
Cooper kicks to Finney Smith. Van Vliet outside. 5 on the clock. Here's Cooper. Another miss by Houston.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Dort wide open. No good with the triple. Rockets leading by 19 points. Latrey. They get the rebound. Back to Eason. Pass to Finney Smith. Here's Cooper. Down low. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. 3-pointer. And it's Cooper missing. Thunder trailing by 19. Outside, Dort. Williams finds Joe. Williams a screen on Eason. Dort passes to Williams. Lets it go with a three. Eason grabs the board. Houston's gone to the three-point shot 8 times already in the second half and hit 4 of them. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Cooper. Launches a three. The putback. Here's Adams. Misses and the dry spell continues.
Well, the defense challenged him just enough to force that miss. They really collapsed when he got close to the rim.
And so it's Houston taking a 19-point lead into the break. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
Well, coaches love unselfishness, and this is exactly what they're referring to.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. So for Oklahoma City right now, Kenrich Williams out there with Chet Holmgren. Then it's Lou Dort. Then it's Aaron Wiggins. And it's Joe in at the point guard position.
And an aggressive inside play there from Van Vliet, not letting the foul deny him from getting the shot off.
Two shots. And so Van Vliet nails both of them.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Pass to Dort. Holmgren with a screen on Murray. Dort misses.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Here's Eason. Van Vliet left side. Adams. Houston moving the ball around. Puts up a deep three. With the putback. Tries again. Outside for Murray. Buries it from three-point range. Murray's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. The Thunder shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. Here's Joe. Lays it up and fakes it in.
Well, he's a guy they look to go to, and now you see why.
Eason, a screen on Williams. It's Durant with the drive.
And just so long and elusive on the drive. Durant, excellent at finding ways to navigate inside.
Holmgren outside. Back to Joe. It's rebounded by Houston. Adams has got 4 rebounds in this game. Now here's Van Vliet. Covered by Joe. Adams' shot is off.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Lets the 3 fly. Dort misses.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Eason against Wiggins. Fires for 3. They get it again. Here's Adams. The layup off target.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
He didn't quite get a hand on it, but he did enough to affect the miss. Well, he's certainly not the reason they're down. If they're going to grab the lead here, more guys are going to have to step up.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. Houston making some changes. Jeff Green is checked in for Steven Adams, and it's Cooper in for Murray. Alex Caruso is checked in for the Thunder.
Good job getting the ball and completing that play.
Well, coaches love that hustle. Not only getting the extra possession, but then converting it.
Pass to Green. And here is Van Vliet. Covered by Joe. Caruso with the steal. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Cooper against Dort. And it's blocked right out of the air and controls it. It's Joe on the wing. And it's off from three-point range. Rockets leading by 17. Here's Cooper. And a missed layup. The Thunder have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Pass to Holmgren. It's up a 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Cooper's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. KD a screen. And he jams it with authority.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, it's the power of the two-man game. After all these years, it's still the most difficult set to defend.
Pass to Holmgren. Fires the 3. The Thunder with another miss.
Well, if you take low percentage shots, you are going to have difficulty making them.
Right on the bucket.
His efficiency throughout this game has really been something, and his team has been able to succeed in large part because of it.
Here's Joe. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Tim is one of the most accurate three-point shooters this league has ever seen. Give us your top shooters in the game today.
Yeah, it's funny because you always say, well, obviously Steph, so it's almost like any conversation puts him in a different category. I obviously agree with that. I look at a guy like Damian Lillard with that unlimited range and his ability to pull up from anywhere. Even a guy like Trae Young, I would put into that category because of the range, Kevin. It just extends defenses so far.
What a list.
That is a tough bucket by Hartenstein, able to battle through that contact.
Cason Wallace, he's checked in for the Thunder. Tim, I know you love that little push shot that Isaiah Hartenstein possesses in the lane. It really is beautiful, isn't it?
I refer to it as releasing the doves. It's a beautiful thing to watch. I think it's a shot more bigs should try to master because you don't have to get all the way to the rim.
Releasing the doves. And the timing, too, right? I mean, it's got to kind of come in the flow of the kid's movement when he's taking that shot.
Absolutely. He understands how to find those pockets where that shot is available.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Poked away and stolen by Wallace. Outside, Caruso. The long shot, no good. Houston leading by 16. Smith trying again. Holmgren rips down the rebound. And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Thunder. Here's Wallace. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
And now it's time for our presentation of the player of the game, Mr. Clutch.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
And now we can see that when he's at his best, they are a very dangerous team. Going up against the defending champs and getting the job done.
And playing up-tempo, pro-level ball can be hard for some guys, but Holmgren has easily made the transition.
And he gets that one to go.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
I think the key here is to be careful about playing it too safely. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Outside Holmgren. It's stolen by Smith. And then Smith with the dunk.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Rockets.
And the big difference here was accuracy from three-point range.
And once they started sinking shots, it really stretched out the D and created other opportunities. And anytime they got space, they seemed to just knock down another triple.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
And so they're able to even up the season series at a game apiece with one left to play, exacting a little revenge and really saving face. They did not want to go down 2-0.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Mr. Clutch.
Well, offensively, he was about as locked in as you can be, and his team continued to find him.
Hartenstein. Oh, that is a big-time jam. Greg, their unselfish play has really been impressive.
They're trusting one another out there, wanting to get each other involved. This is great basketball.
Here's Holmgren. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Substitution.
Confident play we're seeing out of him.
Yeah, and the scoreboard tells the story.
Murray with it. Floats one up. Wiggins pulls it down. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And let's hear from Allie LaForce, who joins us from the sidelines. Allie?
Kevin, this was a huge statement win for this team. How satisfying is it for you?
It was fun. It was fun. We came out and played hard. Guys played together, and this was all that I expected, man. I'm glad that, we was able to get the win tonight. We're looking forward to the next game.
Thanks so much, Kevin. Guys?
Good stuff, Allie. Thanks. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.